Can you believe that it's 20 years ago I was even younger than I am now? And my wife, composer SoHee Youn, and I wrote a one-man Australian musical called Love, a multiple choice question, which we performed at the New York Fringe, in Sydney and Melbourne, Australia, and finally, in my tiny little outback hometown in Australia, in front of members of my family, some of whom were characters in the show. Most have forgiven me, but I am in the witness protection program still. The show was about a younger man who was having relationship trouble and who goes back to his childhood via his imagination or a time machine, depending on the budget, to seek advice from his family, who in his memory had successful relationships. Spoiler alert. He was in for a shock. You see, in the outer branches of my family tree, there's some overripe fruit, a dehydrated pineapple, a squishy, mushy nectarine, and a banana. 15 relatives shared their take on love, and tonight I want to give you a potted version of 4 of them. And the first I want you to meet is Elsie, the grandmother with a dark secret. Love isn't chocolates and roses. Love isn't whistles and bells. Love isn't what every poet supposes or every clairvoyant foretells. Love is everyday. Love is ordinary. Love is making the bed and it's baking the bread. It's taking the good with the bad, and instead of complaining, it's making the best of your lot whenever it's raining. You count all the blessings you've got and get on with the ironing. There's always plenty of ironing. Love isn't candlelit dinners. Love isn't diamonds and pearls. Love isn't kind to beginners. Love isn't something for boys and girls. Love is difficult. Love is pitiless. Love is shutting the door while he's strutting the floor, cutting you down with a slap in the jaw, and you lie there, making the best of your lot. You think you might die there, till you count all the blessings you've got and get on with the children. Love is typical. Love is commonplace. Love is regular, routine and everyday, till you count all the blessings you had and get on with the memories. Poor old bugger. Thank you. Elsie was one of 12 sisters and brothers, one of whom I'd like to... over here. Oh yes, Auntie Madge, who was... Yeah. Who are you talking to? If it's a man, don't let him in. Auntie Madge is the paranoid great aunt. Marry me? Oh, no. I could never marry. Not after what I saw those men put those women through. Madge was a nurse at the Martyr Women's Hospital. You learn a lot about men in the maternity ward, let me tell you. Men, there are 3 types of men: Tom, Dick, and Harry. And once a girl's had a Harry, Tom, or Dick, there's nothing she can do but to marry. No, don't deny it. I have seen it. Little innocent lambs with their legs in the air, and they're screaming for their mothers. But their Toms, Dicks and Harrys don't care. Auntie Madge was deeply religious, and if you ever happened to bring up the subject of sex, men, there are 3 names for men: Beelzebub, Lucifer, and Satan. And once a girl's fallen under Lucifer's spell, Father Massey says she's gonna burn in hell. Ah! No, don't deny it. I have seen it. Pure virgins praying with their legs in the air, and they're pleading for salvation with no Walter, Wayne or Willie, with no Tom, Dick or Harry, only Lucifer and Satan and Beelzebub all waiting to deliver little Jezebel to hell. I suppose I never found the right man. Now there is another face that I remember well. Des, the regretful father. Yeah, I wasn't ready for your mother, that's all. What do you mean not ready? You have to be prepared for love. You have to be prepared. If you're standing on a rock by the big wide ocean, you throw out a line with a hook and bait. You feel a sudden nibble, and before you really know it, you've hooked yourself something huge. You have caught yourself the catch of your life, and you can't say that you're not ready. You can't say you're not prepared. No time for pulling out. No time for running scared. You're on your way to church. It's a Sunday morning. You've rented a suit, bought a band of gold, and suddenly you see her, and before you really know it, you're saying loud, I do. And in front of you's the rest of your life, and you can't say that you're not ready. You can't say you're not prepared. No time for backing out. No time for running scared. You have to be prepared for love, for true love. I wasn't ready. I wasn't prepared for love. I wasn't sure if I should mention this to my mother. If Des, the reluctant, regretful father, wasn't prepared for love, then Angie, the devoted mother, certainly was. Angie, was deeply in love, right? Oh, yes. Just not with your father. And to make up for it, in my mind, in my heart, in my dreams, I had many affairs. Not one of them called me Angie. They called me Angie. I see me standing alone in a bar in Berlin, sometime between the wars. I smell a stranger's cologne, and he hands me a gin, like I'm one of his usual whores. Mum! And the band strikes up something driving as he whisks me out on the floor. Then the next thing you know, we're arriving at his villa on the Côte d'Azur. And I'm in love with every bone in his body, in love with each hair on the back of his hand, in love with the way he whispers my name. Come to me, come to me, come to me, come to me, Angie. In love, in love, in love, in love, in love with whoever he is. This is a school teacher from a small town in Australia. But by the second bottle of wine, I see me watching the moon rising over the sea from a cliff top in southern Crete, when some young Greek tycoon sidles over to me and he throws himself there at my feet. Then the moon disappears without warning as he whisks me down to the shore. Then the next thing you know, it's good morning. You're my birthday present, I'm 24. And I'm in love with both his shiny gold fillings, in love with each hair that he leaves in the bath, in love with the way he comes with my name. Give it to me, give it to me, give it to me, give it to me, Angie. In love, in love, in love, in love, in love with whoever, forever and ever, in love with whoever he is.
Jamie Jackson, everybody, with a brand new musical.